I'm in the broader Akhnur area. I can't tell you where exactly I am. That's classified. I'm on an Indian Army T-72 tank. And what we can tell you in this very special program is that tanks like this and also BMP-2s, which are armored personnel carriers, infantry combat vehicles, were used in Operation Sindoor as well. These were used and brought right up to the line of control, and they took out terrorist incursion routes. They fired their main guns, they fired a host of weaponry. We've heard about the role of the Air Force, we've heard about fighter jets, we've heard about our infantry soldiers, Army Air Defense, the Air Force's Air Defense, all sorts of missiles being fired. But did you know that tanks also had a role during Op Sindoor? Op Sindoor, of course, is not over at all, but when we were at the peak of Op Sindoor, what we've now learned is that mechanized infantry units of the Indian Army, armored units of the Indian Army were also deployed right up to the line of control and taking out terrorist incursion or potential terrorist incursion routes. Joining us now, a colonel of the army who was involved in these operations. We can't name him right now, and that gives you an idea of how tense things still are. But thank you very much for speaking to us. It was interesting to learn about the use of BMPs and tanks as well. What was their role in Op Sindoor so far?
So far, see, if I say they were used in a sub-conventional manner. If I may say, they were used for precision targeting and a calibrated response, so that it doesn't happen that the caliber escalation is there. So that's why the targets were identified, which were within range and which had to be hit with precision. So if you can roll down, you can see 30mm gun. It is very precise and it can fire various types of ammunition, which can have a devastating effect on the enemy. And thereafter, we have got a missile also, which can hit till around 4,000 meters. So that is why only small portion, if I may say, only a fraction of these equipment were used against the ceasefire violation which the enemy had brought on us.
And I think that's important because you were ready to go in, and you know, if the order came, you were fully deployed, you would have moved, right?
Yes, if earlier also I said that these equipment, the right in front of us, and the equipment, it is an instrument of decision, if I may literally say that. So therefore the use, the preparation level, it has to be 24/7, 365 days. It can't happen that suddenly one fine day we get a plan. It is not like that. We were always ready. The only option were the word to go and the target which we have to execute. So thereafter, when the incident happened on 22nd of May, and thereafter Op Sindoor started rolling down, and thereafter we were given the precise target, and we were told that it has to be done at any cost, and which I'm proud to say that today my unit executed it to the perfection.
Can you tell us what that mission was?
It was.
What did you hit?
See, it was the enemy posts which were facilitating the infiltration. We also know that which are the posts which are used as a base for facilitating the infiltration by terrorists. So therefore, it was an informed call which was taken with respect to the targets, and those targets were hit across the line of control.
Yeah. You know, bringing up the morale of your soldiers, not that their morale is down, but, you know, keeping them informed at a time like this, telling them that everything that they've trained for, it's now the real thing. What was that experience for you as a colonel, somebody leading men in your unit, and how did the men respond? The men and women. We've got women doctors over here, for example.
See, if I may, I won't be lying that a certain sense of that a little hitch is there.
Yeah.
That we are human.
Yeah.
But the only thing which got us back into our foray was the amount of preparation which we had done, the amount of equipment and the amount of new generation equipment which we have. Like I already said that the training, it is 24/7 and it is continuous. So that confidence on the equipment, confidence on your buddy, that who is going with me, and of course the directions which are passed from the higher headquarters, like you only said, the flow of info was seamless. It was vertically also, horizontally also, and everybody, at least till my level, I had full picture of the things what is happening around. So what was need to on, it was passed down on need to know basis, and everybody knew that for what they are going. It was not like they were, and of course our officers and our JSOs, they were leading from the front. So there was no doubt with respect to the morale or with respect to the confidence on the equipment.
All right, Colonel. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.